Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining me in the record room today. If you're new here, my name is Doug. I do seem to have gotten a few new subscribers recently. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. This is going to be a very special video for you today, something of a sequel to one I did a month or two back, where I had received a special package all the way from Toronto, Canada, sent to me by reggae producer Everett Cooper, better known as King Kulture. Seen here looking very regal on the cover of his In Cultural Mood dub album, released on his own King Kulture label in Canada in the early 1980s. He had been born in Jamaica, was involved in the music scene there, immigrated to Canada in the late 1970s, and has been active in the Toronto area ever since. While not particularly well known here in his home country, his music is known and appreciated by reggae DJs, deep collectors all over the world, and he's been known to do custom artwork for some of them. He sent me a package with some of those, as well as some of his own music, and shortly after that he had indicated that there were a couple of things he'd forgotten to send. There was going to be another package forthcoming, same deal as before. I paid him for 2 LPs, not even really sure which ones, just kind of a package deal, and then covered his shipping costs, so his expenses are kind of covered, but he puts a lot extra into it, doing a lot of custom artwork that takes a lot of time, including lots of bonus music. You can see here, I'll try not to show the address, even the package. He's put a lot of time into the lettering. You know, the ladies at the local post office were impressed. If anybody's interested, a bit of recent reading, digging in the comic book archives, the Scout series put out in the late 1980s through Eclipse Comics, writer-artist Tim Truman, set in kind of a post-apocalyptic America with a Native American anti-hero. Quite a lot of music references peppered throughout the storyline. This issue even includes a flexi disc with the creators doing kind of a blues jam meant to accompany the storyline. King Kulture had meant to include a couple of CDs that he wanted to send me, not his productions. Not sure why he wanted to send me these, but he had indicated that he had forgotten them on his desk, so they would be coming in the next package. They are the Black Stones, tribute to Studio One, recorded at Studio One in Jamaica, circa 2004, I believe. This originally came out. These are CDRs that he sent me, and did a dedication on the front there. The Black Stones are a harmony group from the UK. I was aware of them from their Insight album. I think I posted this on Facebook and Instagram a few years back. Got a comment from the leader of the group, Leon Leifer, if I recall. There were plenty of harmony groups in Jamaica, but not so much in the UK, where the Black Stones are based. There you had more self-contained bands, solo artists. The Black Stones, one of, maybe the only proponent of the classic Jamaican harmony tradition in Jamaica. And they've been active since the 1970s, still active today, I believe. Tribute to Studio One, if I recall, was the very last production of Studio One founder Coxsone Dodd before his passing from a heart attack. Black Stones there, and a further Black Stones album, also from the 2000s, Greater Power. This is a Bunny Lee production with Treasure Isle rhythms this time. Another CDR sent to me by King Kulture with a personal dedication there. King Kulture also sent me some singles. First up, some 45s, all with kind of hand-drawn sleeves. These are basically late 1980s, early 1990s digital dance hall. Jaro with Best Friend. Dennis Harriet with Keep Me Warm, some nice artwork there, and an autograph by King Kulture. Dennis Harriet, not known to me, not sure if he's any relation to Derek Harriet, famous Jamaican music producer. one from the Golden Link label, another King Culture production, Rocky Ninja with Left from Jamaica. He's done some autographing, some custom lettering there. This is kind of ragga DJing, as is the next one, DJ Ray with Reggae Lipso, something of a fusion of dance hall reggae with a bit of a calypso influence. DJing in kind of an Admiral Bailey style sounds to me here. King Culture's done some nice artwork. It says taken from forthcoming LP, but I don't think that ever appeared. And lastly, for the 7-inch singles, not a King Culture production, but the great Sugar Minot covering Bob Andy's Fire Burning with Barrington Bennett. Every Day is Just a Holiday, originally done by the Sensations. This is on the Motion Production label, produced by Junior Blair, not known to me. King Culture's done some custom artwork and autographing there. A couple of 12-inch singles. One of the ones he had sent me in that first package was another one he didn't produce himself. The producer is S. Dixon for the Tubby's High Fidelity label. The artist is another one I've not heard of before, but Osborne Tafe doing The Book. Again, kind of digital dance hall. Tubby's High Fidelity label. King Culture had sent that in a blank plain white sleeve. He had indicated there would be an art sleeve coming for that, and he came through in fine style. The Book. Tafe. Fat City Story on there. Some nice artwork by the man King Culture, but not one of his music productions per se. One that he did produce, Prince Jr., not a very well-known artist, not too familiar to me, I don't think. Because of You on this side, and a more roots and culture song, Stop You Running, on the other side. King Culture, basically 1980s roots and culture, and some lovely custom artwork here. Fat City Music Blog, very nice. There was a link between King Culture and the great Jamaican producer Augustus Gussie Clarke, who was very big in the 1980s, got his start in the 1970s, produced the debut albums by Big Youth and I-Roy, but became much bigger later on in the 80s. And one of the songs that he produced that King Culture released in Canada was Knowledge by the Mighty Diamonds, an alternative vocal cut of their big hit Pass the Coochie, where they're passing the knowledge instead of the coochie or the chalice for smoking the herb. And here it is here on the King Culture label in Canada, Knowledge by the Mighty Diamonds, actually a Gussie Clarke production, and King Culture has absolutely gone to town on this artwork. Look at that, there's the books there, get cracking them. Roots, music, vibes, roots and culture. Oh, and there, Fat City Sound. Very beautiful artwork, and a classic song by the Mighty Diamonds, who I did a spotlight on a while back when tragically lead singer Tabby Diamond was shot and killed in Jamaica.
Because of you, because of you, because of you, oh, see, because of you, there's a song in my heart. Because of you, my romance is as it started. Because of you, oh, the sun will shine and the moon on the stars. Say that you would be mine all the time.
most unique items King Culture sent to me in this package is also Mighty Diamonds and Gussie Clarke related, though King Culture had indicated to me on the phone that he was involved in the recording process to some extent, which I hadn't been aware of before. Sounded like he was in the studio, maybe on the engineering side of things. The Diamonds had, in the very early 1980s, had a massive hit, perhaps the biggest one of their careers, with Pass the Coochie, a buoyant, a bouncy song riding the Studio One full-up rhythm track about finding communion and community in the ceremonial passing of the coochie on the left-hand side, the hardicle side. The coochie, a chalice for consumption of herbs. The song was then covered over by a group called Musical Youth in the UK as Pass the Dutchie, achieving a worldwide hit with a slightly altered lyric from coochie to dutchie. The coochie, a chalice for consuming herbs, a dutchie, innocuous cooking pot, but a massive worldwide hit by Musical Youth, maybe the first reggae song I ever heard. I remember having that one taped to cassette off the time. The Diamonds LP that hit song had appeared on was called Changes, released in Jamaica by Gussie Clarke on his Music Works label, and King Culture had indicated that he was going to send me a very unique test pressing of that album. Again, that album, a Gussie Clarke production, but King Culture indicating to me something that he had been involved in the recording of. So it did arrive with another one of his custom sleeves. This is the original sleeve, the Changes LP by the Mighty Diamonds. King Culture has done a custom art job here, reproduction of the label, and as he says, a gift to you, Doug. This is a test press copy, original, that sell for good money. This is a handwritten note there. When I got it, I was a bit confused. Looked kind of identical to my standard release copy, Music Works label by Gussie Clarke, Mighty Diamonds Changes LP, and then I flipped it over and sure enough, a test pressing. The only one I own in my collection, and a classic LP as that. Floored to own that one. I will keep this one as a play copy, but very unique gift from Everett Cooper to me. Getting into some of the LPs King Culture sent me, some of his own productions this time. The first one, a various artists compilation called Dance Hall Vibes. Don't believe I'd seen this one before. He's done a custom kind of cut and paste job of the original cover so that he can include a personal dedication on here. Also on the back, looks like he's cut and pasted the track listing on there, Dance Hall Vibes, and he says, to the hard-working root music promoter, Doug Armstrong of Fat City. Very nice to get that personal dedication from the man, King Culture himself. This is on his own King Culture label. Early 1980s rub-a-dub dance hall reggae here. This is not strictly his productions, some of them are, but there are also some tunes here according to the Discogs listing from other producers like Wycliffe Messam and the great Prince Jammy, soon to be King Jammy in Jamaica. Definitely, which one is it? Wayne Smith, Ism Schisms. That song appeared on his debut album, Youth Man Skanking, produced by Prince Jammy. There it is there, Ism Schism. The great Wayne Smith would very soon rocket to stardom with the key digital reggae hit Slang Tang, also produced by Prince Jammy, the song that launched Jammy to being promoted to king. Elsewhere, we've got Rod Taylor, Howie Smart again, some artists who definitely worked with King Culture. I would strongly suspect that those are King Culture productions themselves. Just early 80s rub-a-dub style reggae. Maybe not a cover that's going to catch your eye if you see it in the bins. Don't be fooled though, the contents of this one pack some heat.
In the vibe is essential meditation, and we have to know what is right for our young generation. 'Cause if they are the youth of tomorrow, let them see the way straight like an arrow. Let their eyes shine bright, 'cause we know we've got the goal. Satisfaction is all I know. This is one thing I've got to show, and this is my reason why I love to go a dance. Dance up in nice, it up in nice. Dance up in nice, it up in nice, it up in nice. Dance up in nice, it up in nice.
Jumping forward in the timeline of King Culture Productions into the very early 1990s, dancehall is the thing, and reggae has long since gone digital, incorporating synthesizers, programmed drum beats, and gradually bringing back in some traditional instrumentation. In 1992, King Culture puts out a dub album called A Special Tribute to the Sound Systems. A lot of classic rhythm tracks from the past, like Horace Andy's Skylarking is on here, all updated in a digital style. This is one he had sent me in that first package on orange vinyl. And he did do a autograph on there, personal autograph. All tracks named after famous sound systems from Jamaica, Jack Ruby, Coxson's Downbeat, Duke Reed, but all digital dub tracks, and a fantastic cover art, kind of a Lemonious, Wilfred Lemonious style, famous for those 80s dance hall album covers. This is by someone called Ashley. Not sure who that is, but he's done some fantastic artwork here. Little stories, little vignettes playing out in the dance hall. Everywhere you look, something's going on. Kind of cartoonish, caricature-like, but captures the raw energy of dance hall reggae. And King Culture sent me another copy of that same LP, this time on green vinyl. Same album, and he's also done one of his custom art sleeves for it. The Fat City, big thing. Oh, Fat City dub plate. Yes, I gone to town on this artwork once again. Love the detail. He's spent a lot of time and effort on these sleeves. I think it's important to him to show appreciation to the fans of his music, the promoters of his music, help them get his music, which is often hard to find out there in the wild. He makes a little money sending these things out to you, but he puts a lot of time and effort and includes a lot of bonus stuff in them as appreciation for the fans of his music. Last up from this haul, he sent me 2 more dance hall compilations that he put out in the early 1990s. The Dance Hall Conquer Ra series, first volume, 1992. Again, very evocative of its time artwork by the man called Ashley. I assume it's a man, not sure. Culture music label, King Culture Productions. These are all vocals this time, and these are mainly clash tunes, also sometimes called soundboy killing tunes. Dance hall reggae, it's all about competition, it's all about clashing between sounds. This was a formalized sort of contest between sound systems that began very early on in Jamaica, the 1950s, the 1960s. By the 1980s, it had ramped up to a fever pitch of excitement as many of the lyrical content would attempt to capture the excitement of these dances of one sound playing against another to see which can defeat the other in a musical competition. The ammunition, the music they played. These songs are designed to be that ammunition with lyrics talking about my sound's the best. You can't test we're gonna kill your sound. The language is violent, but it's all metaphorical. It's a musical combat. But attempt to capture the excitement on record of what was going on in the dance halls, the competition between sound systems, and these are largely sound clash oriented tunes. Think Me to Done by Frankie Wilmot, I Came, I Saw, I Conquered by Pat Anthony. Lyric to a Sound Boy. You can see the subject matter here. It's all about the clashing. Pat Anthony, some big names on here. Barry Brown reprising his Nice Up the Dance lyric that he had done on an LP for King Culture almost a decade before. Who else we've got? The title coming from the Delroy Wilson song, Trying to Conquer Me, updated in a digital style. The rhythm track for Dance Hall Conqueror takes up most of side one, that rhythm. Stammer Ranks on here. This continues a couple of years later into a second volume released in 1994. Again, that fantastic cover art by Ashley, reminiscent of the classic Wilfrid Lamonius dance hall covers of the 1980s, and some big names on here again. Pat Anthony returning, Frankie Wilmot, Linval Thompson, the legend, producer himself, doing a vocal on here. Jennifer Lara, Studio One legend. Noel Ellis, son of Alton Ellis. Dance Hall Conqueror Volume 2, as King Culture launches a campaign for dance hall supremacy in the early 1990s. As the man himself says on the back cover, it's sweet, it's nice, it's rough for real. King Culture vocal productions this time. Each side ends with a dub version by himself. So, fantastic haul of music from King Culture. Very thankful, very grateful. I'm going to leave you with a couple of sound clips, I think. Thanks for watching, everybody, and take care.